Kusama is a way of art, a hobby, or an outlet to express themselves. Today I'll be showing you how to make a savory yet decadent chocolate cake. First off, I'm going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. And I'm going to start off by creaming the butter and the sugar until it's light and fluffy. And I use 2/3 of a cup of butter and 1 2/3 a cup of sugar. After you combine the butter and the sugar, we're going to add the eggs one at a time. And so I'm going to add 3 eggs to the 1 1 1/3 cups of sugar and the 2/3 of a cup of butter. Okay, so here's 1. 2. And 3. Okay, so far I have added 1 2/3 of a cup of sugar and 2/3 a cup of butter and 3 eggs. And so now I am going to combine the flour, cocoa, and baking soda. So we are going to add 2 cups of flour and all-purpose flour, just normal flour. Into that we're going to add 2/3 of a cup of baking cocoa, and that will give it the chocolatey flavor, and it'll all be sweet with the butter and the sugar. And we're going to add a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon and a quarter of baking soda. The baking soda will make it rise, and the salt will bring out the flavors of like the chocolate and the sugar and the butter and everything. Alright. We're going to combine all this, and then afterwards we're going to add the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients. It's about good. And so also what we're going to add to the butter and the sugar is the milk. And the milk I'm going to use 1 cup and 1/3 of milk. And so here's 1 1/3 cup of milk that we're going to add to the butter, sugar, and the eggs. Okay. And so we're going to start adding our dry ingredients. I'm going to put about half of it in it first, and then I'm going to mix it, and then I'm going to put the other half in there afterwards. Well, hold on. We're going to mix it with this first. Alright, so we're going to mix this together. So I have combined the wet and the dry ingredients together. And so now I have sprayed a 13 by 9 inch cake pan with non-stick spray. And this is the brand I use, Pam. And so we're going to spread that and pour it into the pan. Alright. So I'm just going to spread that evenly along the pan. Let me get these out of the way. So here's the pan, and I'm just going to spread it evenly so that it cooks evenly. And look how fluffy and light and how silky smooth the batter is. Alright. Alright. So now we're just going to wait till our oven is done preheating. Okay, our oven is done preheating, and so I'm going to bake this for 30 to 40 minutes. And we're going to check it with a toothpick. Okay, and so we're going to set the timer for about 35 minutes. Because that's halfway in between 30 and 40. Alright, and so after 35 minutes, we're going to check back and see how the cake is baking. And it's been 35 minutes. And so to make sure the cake is done, I'm going to put a toothpick in it, and if it comes out clean, that means it's done. And so it's clean, and so it's done. And so something as simple as baking a cake can be fun, relaxing, and satisfying to the mind and taste buds. This chocolate cake is simple to make, and it is just as easy to eat. I hope you can try it and enjoy it just as much as I did. Thank you for watching.